indices. So today's objective is I will be able to work with the first 4 rules of indices. So what we're actually looking at now is when there are integers and indices. Okay, so it's really important that when you have numbers and powers that you break the question down, do the numbers first and then do each letter separately. Okay. Okay, and before we actually do our first examples, we're just going to do a quick recap. So when the base number is the same, so that's only referring to the bits with indices. If you're timesing, you add the powers. If you're dividing, you subtract the powers. And if you have the brackets or a power raised to a power, you multiply the powers. Okay, and just what I said there, really important, base numbers or letters, whatever the base is of the power, has to be the same. Okay, so let's look at our first example here. So I've got 3a cubed times 2a to the 4. So we're going to break it down into the numbers and then the letters. So I'm going to do 3 times 2, and then I'm going to do a cubed times a to the power of 4, and then put my answers back together. So 3 times 2 is 6. When I add my powers, 4 add 3 is 7. So my final answer is 6a to the 7. Okay, let's try our next one. Do our numbers first. So I do 16 divided by 8, and then I'm going to do b to the 17 divided by b to the 5. 16 divided by 8 is 2. 17 minus 5 is 12. So my final answer is 2b to the power of 12. So my last example is something that comes up in the exams all the time because people normally make mistakes. So it's really important that we break the question down into the number, then each letter separately. Okay, so what we mean by that is we're going to do 4 squared, then we're going to do a to the power of 5 squared, and then b to the power of 3 squared. So 4 squared is 16. And when you have brackets, you multiply. So I get a to the power of 10, and I get b to the power of 6. Pop them all back together. I get 16, a to the 10, b to the 6. Okay, so I've got 3 for you to do now. Press pause, have a go, and then we'll go through them. Okay then, so we've got 5 times 3, a cubed times a squared. So I get 15 a to the 5. Okay, this time I've got 8 divided by 2, b to the 10 divided by b to the 5. So I get 4. 10 minus 5 is 5, so I've got 4b to the 5. Okay, take your time with this one. So I've got 2 cubed, a to the 7 cubed, b cubed, cubed. Okay, 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. A to the power of 7 threes are 21. B to the power of 3 threes are 9. So I get 8 a to the 21, b to the 9. Okay, hopefully you got all of those correct. I've now got 10 questions for you to have a go at. Press pause, have a go, and then we'll go through them. Okay, hopefully you got all of those correct. What I need you to do now is complete your exit pass and send it to your class teacher.